Astana.
Who are they?
Exactly. This is a game I don't really want to be reviewing, but it's United's next opponents. It's the start of the Europa League on Thursday nights. Let's just have a look at Astana and this game I don't want to be playing in.
Layout track.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Mad Red United. Welcome to another video. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, so you got my sort of thoughts there on what I think about this game. It's not so much this game, it's just the whole Europa League and the ball ache of Thursday night football, Sunday afternoon football. It just grinds on me. It's a competition I just literally don't want to be in. The Thursday nights, they get in the way of everything in my working week, in my lads' training sessions for his team. It's just an absolute ball ache. The football's garbage. The stadiums are empty, especially Old Trafford. The atmosphere is dead, and more often than not, the football is garbage to watch as well. So it's just something that I just despise. I don't want to be in. And obviously, you lot, we've been going 6 months on the channel now. You never knew my thoughts about the Europa League. This is the first time you're getting any sort of insight into how I feel about the Europa League, and yeah, this is it. I don't want to be in it. I just think it's a waste of time, and just gets in the way of everything that is important right now in our season. I don't want to be going for the Europa League. I think top 4 is more important. I do think that we need to concentrate on the top 4 and establishing ourselves there, rather than going for the Europa League. I just don't think we have as much chance in terms of the Europa League this year, because looking at the Champions League teams that are going to be dropping down into the Europa League when that stage of it comes around, I think it's going to be tough for us to actually win it. And do we want to throw all our eggs into the Europa League basket again like we did with Mourinho on that season? Yeah, it was great picking up a trophy, but let's be honest, that was the luckiest running in a cup. That was the luckiest cup running that you could ever get in terms of going for a trophy and then getting back through the back door back into the Champions League. Are we going to be as lucky this season if we did go all in for the Europa League in terms of the matches that we get and the teams we have to play? I doubt it. Lightning never strikes twice, they say, and I don't think we'll be that lucky, to be honest. It was Mourinho's first season. I just think we got a lucky draw and we got through and managed to get back in to the Champions League. As good as it was that night, I just can't see it happening again, and just wants me to be out of the competition as soon as possible. That being said, this competition is an opportunity, and I will be majorly pissed off if Ollie doesn't play some of the younger players in this game, especially tomorrow night. We've got Rochdale next week as well, another opportunity. But I think all these Europa League games, we should just play our second string teams. Simple. Play the kids, play the second string team, give these players a chance to actually have an opportunity, a platform to actually play their football on, and maybe one of them will stand up. I guarantee, in fact, that one of them will stand up and be counted, and give Ole that decision to make about bringing them into the first team for the important games in the Premier League at the weekend, because there's a few good players. We all know how good our youth players are coming through at the moment, and they deserve a shot. I fully expect a minimum of 3 of them to be playing. I think all of them should be playing, to be honest, tomorrow night. If Ollie does not pick any of them, then I just think that he's bottling it. He is simply plainly bottling it, because he doesn't want to have the headache of having to maybe drop one of the first team players for one of these players who stands out in one of these games if they play. You can see where I'm going with it. If we play all our youth players that are coming through at the moment, the good ones like Garner, Gomez, Chong, Greenwood, Axel, any of these players stand up and are counted in one of these games, and Ollie's got a headache. Does he want that headache? Or does he want to stick to the safe football and not safe football, safe team selections that he's always been doing so far? And if he doesn't play these youth players, then that for me is an example of Ollie just thinking of himself and playing safe in terms of what he's got at United and the management job. He isn't taking a risk and isn't building for the future like he said he was. He hasn't selected his team yet, so I'm not even going to criticise it. I'm just going to say that if he doesn't, then I'm pretty much lost it with him, because it's the perfect opportunity to play the kids. There's a chance for us to see different football. And by that I mean different football, different players who haven't played this season yet, younger players who are keen as mustard, chomping at the bit to get in that first team and actually prove what they are, what they have got. And I guarantee the football will be decent, it will be better to watch. But if we've got the same first team that we've got playing week in, week out at the moment in the Premier League, in this game tomorrow night, then we're going to get the same old attitudes. They don't want to be playing in it. They don't want to be associated with the Europa League. They are Champions League players in their minds. Yeah, not the way they're playing at the moment, I understand that, but guarantee this game is not a game that they're going to be able to get up for. It is the perfect opportunity to play the likes of Fred, even Phil Jones, for God's sake. You know what I mean? You know, you've got Juan Mata. It's a Lingard game, Mata game, and then all of the kids, Axel Gomez, Greenwood, Chong, Garner. It's a perfect opportunity because someone will step up. I guarantee it. Someone will stand out and give Ole Solskjaer an headache in terms of team selection for the weekend, because he won't be able to ignore it. Everyone would have seen it. None of us have seen, we've all seen it in the reserves and under 23s and stuff, what these kids can do, but no one out there has seen it. Once it's in the public eye, then it's going to be harder for him not to pick these players when it comes to a weekend. And like I said, I'm not going to go on to it because he hasn't made his team selection yet, but if he doesn't play them, I don't care if he win the game and win the game well. If he doesn't play them, then he is simply covering himself and thinking of himself. He isn't thinking about these kids' futures or United's futures or planning for the future, like he said. There is no excuse whatsoever for Ollie not to play at least 3 of the kids that we know of, that we've just spoke about in this game. No excuse whatsoever, because we've got West Ham at weekends, and West Ham will have a whole week off now just to prepare for us coming to town. Our record at West Ham is shocking. I think it's 1 win in the last 5 mixed between Upton Park and the Olympic Stadium. It is absolutely abysmal, and all they're doing this week is resting and fully focusing a game on Manchester United at weekends. That's all they've got to do, and they will be ready. So what is the point of playing our first team? By that I mean the ones that have started most of the games already this season. What is the point of playing them tomorrow night? They need to be rested and ready for the West Ham game. And if they're watching the game that we've got kids playing in, or some reserve players playing in, and them players all play well, it'll give them a little bit of a kick up the arse and go, oh, well, we've got some kids, some players coming through here, and they obviously all know it. But the big question was, can they do it on the main stage? Can they do it on Old Trafford? Can they do it when the pressure's on? I know it's not massively pressured, the Europa League, but for these players coming through, it is a massive stage, playing a full 90 minutes maybe, starting a game instead of coming on as a cameo. And you know, if the first team players are watching and these players play well, then that will benefit the first team, the Rashfords, the Martials. You know, this will give them a little think, oh, you know what, we got some players coming through here that if I don't keep my standards up, if I don't step up from what I've been playing the previous week, then there's players here that could come in easily. This is all on Ole. Ole can make this work this season, especially with these players. He can make it work. He just has to have the balls to play these players. I would completely 11 players change the whole team. Maybe at the back you're struggling for, I'd play, you could have Rojo, Axel, Jones at the back, and maybe Ashley Young on the right, because I think Luke Shaw is coming back to fitness and should be ready for West Ham. Not 100% on that yet, but I don't think it's worth throwing Luke Shaw into this sort of game. I think West Ham, an extra few days off rested to come back for that game is probably better. And you obviously got Romero in goal. De Gea does not need to play. You've got in midfield, God, take your pick, innit? You've got Gomez, you've got Fred who needs to play, you've got Garner who needs to play, Mata can play in there, Lingard. Then going forward, you've got the likes of Gomez again, could go further up front. Greenwood. Do you put Martial in the team? Because we all know Martial does take a few games to get back to where he was in terms of his form. So it might be an opportunity to play a Martial. This is what this game brings around and what opportunity it brings. And I'm trying to think of the positives for it here now, as you can see. But this is a bigger positive of it. In terms of the whole competition, you know how I feel. It's crap. Don't want to be in it. But we can use it for things like this, for players to come through, for players to actually make a mark and step up to the plate and actually stake a claim to be pressurising one of the first team players for a Premier League game. At the weekend, it's perfect opportunity. So, you know, you've got Chong, Greenwood, Lingard can play up front. It's a game for these sorts of players. I would be massively surprised if Ole plays any of the first team that played. If he plays more than 3 players from the first team that finished the game against Leicester, I'll be shocked. I'll be disappointed, to put it lightly, because for me there's no excuse for him not to play the fringe players, the players that need the game time. If they don't play, then it is a clear sign of where Ole stands with this squad and what his thinking is. It's short term, there is no long term building at all. If he isn't going to give these kids the chance to play in these sorts of games, then I give up. I really do with Ole, because as good as a result might be, if he plays the first team tonight and he might breed confidence, we know, we've seen it in history, we can see exactly what it's doing to Wolves right now, who haven't got a winning 5. The Europa League destroys the Premier League. It is simple. We couldn't do it under Mourinho. We put all our eggs into the Europa League basket, and yes, we won. It was the right decision at the time, but look at the football that we had to watch at the weekend. The Premier League was a complete write-off. The players could not handle it. Don't go down that road again, please, Ollie. I'm begging you, don't do it. We don't need to. We have bigger fish to fry, but go for it full bore with the second string and the youth players. See how far they can get. It's a perfect opportunity. If you're not being backed, like a lot of people are saying, he wasn't backed, we can't get on his back in the transfer window, why not make a statement and say, look, this is my squad, I am happy with this squad, obviously, and this is the other players that are in the squad, this is the chance for them to shine, and then maybe 1, 2, 3 of them step up and stake a claim, and then you cannot ignore them for the weekend game in the Premier League. It is good competition, and like I said, puts pressure on the first team players who just seem to be getting a free ride at the moment, week in, week out, because we haven't got anyone else to step in. That is what this competition is for. The Europa League for me is for this. Please comment below, let me know what you think. Do you want to go in on the Europa League? You might want it. You might think it's our best opportunity of getting back in. That's what I've done this video for, and all these videos for on the channel. Is for you guys to come back against what I've said or agree with what I've said. As always, let me know what you think. These players might not step up to the mark, but at least we will know. We have given them the chance and not lost any ground on anything in the league or anything like that. It is perfect and set up just for them. I really, really hope that he doesn't let me down or let us all down in terms of not playing who deserves to be played in these games. I really do, because I'm looking forward to it simply for that. Everything else about it I hate, and I'm going to even despise it even more if he starts playing the first team players as well, because you know what's happening. We know what's going to happen. Someone's going to get injured. It's going to hamper the weekend games. We'll end up coming out of this one, yeah, people, we won the game, it's boosting confidence, but we won't win against West Ham at weekend, I can guarantee it. It's too much for United. We haven't got the squad, and we've shown already this season players getting injured just through playing 1 game a week. We need to be clever. It's fallen into his hands. He cannot mess this up, he really can't. He cannot mess it up, please. The team that I want to see playing, I'm just going to make an example team right now of where, so you know exactly where I'm at. I would play Ashley Young. I don't think it matters to him. I would play Jones. I would play Axel. I would play Rojo. I would play Romero in goal. I want to see Fred in midfield. I want to see Garner in midfield. You could play a Mata or a Gomez. Greenwood, Chong, a Lingard up front. Mata could go up front, obviously, playing the number 10 role. There's endless possibilities. Maybe we throw Martial in there, because we all know, like I said, he does take a little bit of time to get into his swing, into the swing of things. It might be the perfect opportunity to him. Again, another little positive that this brings a competition like this. Players, instead of playing pointless behind the scenes friendlies and stuff to get back, put him straight into a match situation. Then when West Ham comes around, he's more than ready, because he's had over a month off now. We're not worried about his fitness and him being tired. He's only played 2 games all season, so could be an opportunity to do something like that. But that's the sort of base of my team. Who would you guys pick? Who would you play? Are you realistically looking at it like me, or are you completely against me, thinking we're not going to make top 4 this season, which is a big shout? Should we just go straight in for the Europa League and forget the league? Big call, and that's all on Ollie now. And you know how I feel? Let me know, do you agree? Thank you for watching the video. I'm going to cut it there. I am going to hope and pray I'm right and we do see some fresh faces in this game. Share the video, give it a like. All the support for the channel is fantastic as always. I will catch you guys on Thursday night. Then obviously we will be reviewing that game while previewing the West Ham game. Endless amounts of content coming up as per. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Adam, checking out Mad Red United. Have a good evening tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the week. It's a busy period. Catch you guys soon.